Hello and welcome back to the When You're podcast, the podcast for when you're doing anything. Today we're talking about when you're at a pumpkin patch. Now, listen, dude, these pumpkin patches, I mean, let's be real. These pumpkin patches are like such a easy money grab for these farms to really suck us into them. But like, it's also very fun, and it's more of like a, how can I describe? It's like it's like paying to go into like a big flower garden, right? It's like, it's cool, but at the same time, you're kind of like, I don't know if it was like worth the money to like kind of see flowers, sort of to speak, you know what I mean? Because it is pumpkins, and they got pumpkins. You can make your own little. That's my whole thing. Is that like these pumpkin patches, these things, right? You can kind of do them in your own home. Like you could do your own like DIY like pumpkin patch in your own home for like your kids and whatnot, you know what I mean? But I get it. It's nice to get out there, maybe socialize, check out what's out there, contribute to the community, I guess. But for some reason, I have no problems with the pumpkin patches. It's just like I don't know, they can get like a little bit too much, too overcrowded, and there's like here's the thing, right? If you're in high school right now, I totally get it. Like, you go to the pumpkin patches, like, you take your friends with you, you socialize, maybe you see other people there, you go on a date over there, right? Like, it's like one of those. It's cute, it's nice, and it's also just, like, pretty simple, and you take some photos, you have your friends there, you do whatever. No big deal. But my biggest problem is, well, not my problem, but like, there are a couple of issues with these things. Well, number one, the first one that comes to mind is parking, right? Because like, obviously you have to, I mean, at least the pumpkin patches that like I've been to, it's like, it's not like, it's not, it's too overcrowded. There's too many cars, too many people, too many things. So parking is just a nightmare. So if you park, right? So if you park, one pumpkin patch will have like, you park in dirt, and that one will have like loads amount of space, but you're all the way down, like from the festival. So you have to, from the pumpkin patch, my bad. From the pumpkin patch. So you have to like walk a little bit, right? Like, that's just the way that it goes. But like, at the same time, you're in dirt. And if it rains, you're in mud, and it just becomes a whole hassle. But let's say for instance, in concrete, if it's like a concrete like regular parking lot, that thing packs up so fast. So many people come over there, and it becomes just like a big hassle for me. I just don't see the whole value in it. But it is what it is. And I don't know, I don't know if there are any like free pumpkin patches. I mean, obviously you can get in there and you can just like enjoy the pumpkins, I guess. I don't know. It is kind of a weird thing to be in. So maybe the parking is free. Like, you show up and it's free parking, right? But then if you want to get in, you have to pay. You have to get tickets or whatever. I don't know. Nothing about that seems right to me. Because like pumpkins, it's not like it'd be one thing if it was like you got to maybe throw the pumpkins, or you get to like smash the pumpkins, or you do like a little like, it'd be different if there was like some sort of event you could do with the pumpkins, like it's the annual pumpkin drop, you know what I mean? That would be a great idea. They have like these big stairs or like an elevator or something. It lifts you up to the top of this thing, and you throw your pumpkin, and you get to see it like smash the ground. Like, I guess that would be cool. That could be an idea. Or how about this? You jump with the pumpkin, but you toss the So like, you jump with the pumpkin, and then you toss it off to the side, so that way it breaks, and that way you both land together, and then you can look at your pumpkin and you're like, oh snap, that's a big thing of pumpkin. Although I guess it would be a waste of pumpkins if they just like kept on smashing them over and over again. But they could just plant them for next season. right? Like they can just, do whatever they want with that. So, whatever. And also, I just, what constitutes as a farm? Like if you just have like a bunch of open land, is that a farm? You know what I mean? Listen, I think these are cool. I like pumpkin patches. I'm just saying that like, if I own like a couple, like let's say I own, I don't know, let's say I own like a lot of land, right? I have like this big patch of grass. If I plant, some pumpkins and corn, all of a sudden now it's a farm. Like what makes it the full-on farm? Now, I'm not saying these farms are fake. I'm just saying that like most times out of the year, they ain't really popping like that. They're not really, they wait until the holiday season to like kind of accept everybody onto the farm. Although I guess that's fair because they are working. It's not like an event or a festival to go on their farm. I don't know, dude. There's just something about going to those farms that feel like where's all the all of the fruit and vegetables and stuff and like that, and they just have pumpkins, maybe some squashes. They don't really. I don't know. I just feel like I'm being swindled a bit. That's all. But maybe it's because they have forced us to believe that pumpkins are the go-to vegetable, or it's like the go-to thing for fall, for autumn, when it's like maybe there should be something else. Maybe what if we flipped all of this over? What if instead of fall being, because they make certain things like perfect for every time. So like summer, they'll be like, all right, everybody go grab some watermelon. In the winter, they'll be like, hey man, now is the time for like cookies, and like, because they can't grow anything. There's nothing available for that. And then like in the spring, they'll say like, oh, like maybe an apple or an orange, or I don't particularly know, or cherries. They do cherries. So for fall, it's like pumpkins. When in reality, it's like, what if we changed it? What if we made it like a different kind of vegetable / like our fruit? So I was trying to think of like what else could be out there. What else could we like make it like a big thing? And the best that I could come up with was, what if we made fall, right? What if we made autumn like a year, what if we made that time kind of like, you know what? I was going to say like, what if we like concentrate heavy on potatoes, but potatoes are already, it makes no sense. Potatoes are already concentrated heavy. I don't know. I guess it's nice to give some love to pumpkins, because otherwise, when do we really show support for pumpkins? Not very often. It's usually now. So yeah, I guess pumpkins are perfect for fall. It just works. But anyways, back to the pumpkin patches. So they sometimes will do like they'll have more attractions than just like a big field full of pumpkins. They'll have like corn mazes for like the kids to like run around and play tag and whatnot. And those things they're nice, but they're, depending on like how big they are, you can go through it really quickly, and then they're also crowded full of people. So it's like I'm trying to walk from here to there. I might be talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden there's like a family of 5, and I'm just like, oh gosh, I feel like I'm invading their space. You know what I mean? I feel like this is their family time, and I'm here with my friends, and it just feels like it doesn't feel like it just feels like I'm invading their fun, happy-go-lucky time when it's like, darn, like I don't want to crowd them. I don't want to be overpopulated, but I guess that's what happens in these places. So, anyways, and also these corn mazes, there's too much corn, not enough maize, if that makes sense. Too much corn, not enough like trickery or try to like figure it out. There's more of like just corn. You know, they don't make it challenging. And I guess that's I guess what I'm trying to say here is that it's a me problem. I like a good challenge here and there. You know, in Harry Potter, spoiler alert for Harry Potter, but you know how like the thing changes like constantly? Like that's what Shang-Chi, where it's like the whole forest or the whole thing starts like changing and it's going different and crazy. Like that's kind of like I wanted like a little bit of like I have to like think and figure it out. But obviously they don't do that so that nobody gets lost, but even then people do. Even if it was just like a straight line, people would jump into like the corn field, into all the corn, and they would just like hide and like get all messed up. But whatever. Although there is one thing, I guess you can kind of do this too. I guess this is like it's not like something that you can't do, but like, or you can't like make for yourself, but I remember there was this corn pit, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a pit full of corn, and it's not like fresh corn where it's like it's soft and you can eat it. It's like tough and hardened. It's like popcorn, whatever kind of consistency, right? But it's just regular corn. I remember I got in that, and the feeling I got from it. I mean, it was like, dude, that thing is like a massage for like your whole body. It's like, it's so comforting. You don't know until you're in it, but the feeling I got when I stepped into it, it was just like, it was so funny. It was like it was tickling me, and it was also like, it also felt good. It felt right for some reason. So I just remember that corn pit, and now to this day, I like associate these pumpkin patches. I'm like, if it's a good pumpkin patch, they'll have a corn pit. If it's a bad pumpkin patch or it's like kind of like pretty small, then nobody will really care. So it just works like that. And I also think that like, if you buy like a certain amount of pumpkins, you should get like some sort of like prize. You know, like the pumpkins are cool, but the pumpkins shouldn't be all that there is. There should be like some sort of like, oh my gosh, you bought 5 pumpkins, so that means you get like 2 for free. Or, you know, you get like a pumpkin. You get like a pumpkin patch. You get like a little like sticker or whatever. Just like a little prize or something. I don't know. There should definitely be something like that. I don't know if I'm making too much sense here, but like prizes and stuff like that should definitely be like a thing there. Anyways. So not only do you have to pay to get into these places just to enjoy it, you also have to buy stuff there. So obviously you have to pay for pumpkins or whatever you want to like take home with you to like maybe do carving, or you want to like cook it and eat it, stuff like that, right? But there is one delicacy that I know for a fact that everybody sort of enjoys. I mean, it's the apple cider. So they'll have like this hot, it's just like apple cider. It's super delicious, but you also have to pay for that too. So you know, you want a little slice of everything. You want fall in a cup. You want autumn in a cup, right? And now you could usually get that at Starbucks or whatever for like a pumpkin spice latte. But what's really important here is that these these farms, they sell so much more than just the an experience. They sell products. They sell you food, and these food, and it's all temporary. So it's not like they give you anything for long term, right? And that's how these farms get you. This is why I think it's a little bit of they swindle you a bit. It's a little bit of a scam, because it's like they give you like something that you know is only going to be like there for a little bit, and then you're going to have to come back again when the season strikes. It's brilliant. It's brilliant in every sense of the word. They give you just a little taste of it, and then once you're in, you're hooked. You're going every single time. So apple cider, yes, apple cider is delicious. And if I make it from home, it's not going to be the same as when I buy it from a pumpkin patch, and I'm in the scenery of the pumpkin patch with all the people there, with the smell of the fresh air. Just it's not the same. They also sell like the kettle corn, like they'll sell like popcorn and kettle corn. They'll sell it sweet, they'll sell it salty, they'll sell it all buttery. They'll do like a whole thing for you there. And I gotta say, dude, there's something about having like popcorn outside that's just like perfect for like the fall and winter. It doesn't work. I mean, I guess popcorn outside works in any setting, but popcorn outside during, I just think that popcorn as a snack outside when it's available is a genius idea, because like I don't think anybody can really resist popcorn. Popcorn is like such a great snack to have, movie theater or not. Popcorn is definitely a movie theater snack, but if you're for this example, the pumpkin patch, if you just have like a bag of like a brown bag of popcorn, like it just feels right. You know what I'm saying? Or like they give you that bag of kettle corn, you're just eating through it, or like maybe they'll give you like have cotton candy. Cotton candy just tastes better at like carnivals, festivals, events like that, right? Outdoor places. It just works, Now, they don't just sell like, stereotypical carnival snacks or whatnot. They'll sell like jars of honey. Now, usually they'll have it they'll have pretty good deals for this, right? Because like they have so much of it and they want to get rid of as much as they can. So they go like, here's a big tub of honey, enjoy it and have the rest of your day. Or I'm not saying I necessarily buy it, but they sell it there, and it's this jerky. I don't know if it's beef jerky or if it's like turkey jerky. I don't know what kind of jerky they like sell there, but I know it's definitely like a thing. They'll have like an assortment of jerky, and I always look at it and I'm just kind of like, I'm curious, because I'm like, did they just kill the cows for that, or is it like something that's already like prepackaged and like kind of just with their name on it? I don't know, dude. But for me, what I'm trying to say here is that this this pumpkin patch, they sell you all kinds of like what's it called? They sell you They just get you to consume. They sell you all of these things that are quick to consume, and then you're like left empty-handed. You know what I'm saying? Except for, I guess, the honey. The honey really does stick around. But whatever, I'm just spitballing out here. I'm talking out loud. Next, they'll have like little things you can do. They have like those big hay rides. You know what I'm talking about? Those hay rides where it's just like, it's literally, they just put you in like this big truck with a bunch of other people. You sit on some hay and then you just look around the farm. It's cool. It's nice. I think it's more of like if you get your own truck and you have like your own group of friends and you get to play your own music. Like, I feel like those experiences are just better, but where it's like open to the whole public it just feels like you don't really get all that much out of it. It just feels like, wow, look at that patch of grass and look at the corn. Look at the, it doesn't feel. I guess I'm just kind of like, I want more of an event, or like I want a lot more fun out of it. I want to squeeze the fun out of the pumpkin juice, and it just feels like I have to like hold back a little bit because there's so many other people around. You know what I mean? There's so many other people, so I can't really be my true self because like you have to like watch your surroundings, and other people may not necessarily like your type of music, or you know what I'm saying? Like you have your own group of people, you get your own hay ride, and you get to just like enjoy it all. So I guess that may be a benefit to owning a farm, but at the same time, it's just like it is too many people. There are too many people on the actual hayride with you. If you get there too late, it might be dark. There's like a line you have to wait in. It's a cute ride, but it's not like necessarily a fun ride. So, there's that. And like hay as an attraction. Like, look at that barrel of hay. It just doesn't, that doesn't really work for me all that much, but it is cute. It is a nice little like, it is nice to be out there on the farm and you just kind of like soak it all in, and they kind of take you up there and you drive around a little bit. It's nice. It's very, especially if there's like a nice cool breeze hitting you. It does feel nice. But what's better than that are the farm animals. The farm animals are the best. Because the farm animals, you never know what to expect with the farm animals. And everybody just wants to enjoy them. So nobody, it's one of those occasions where it's like everybody really, really likes the farm animals that they don't really get to enjoy. Like if you go to the zoo, you don't really get to enjoy the animals all that much. And what I mean by that is that like you can see them, you can observe them, and they can do all these cool tricks. Like in New York City, they had like the sea lions, and they would feed them, and they would do tricks. They would jump up, and they would like earn their fish or snacks or whatever, right? Whereas with these but you don't get to like feed them yourself. You don't get to interact with them in the same way you do with farm animals. So one of the things that I remember seeing were pig races. So they have like these little tiny pigs, these tiny little piggies, and they put like, I don't want to say like shirts on them, but it's just like a little thing on them so that they can identify who it is, right? And they'll have like little pig races. So they'll do like a few laps around like a small track, and I tell you, it is the most adorable thing in the world. Just seeing like the pigs, like some pigs will run, some pigs will like kind of like just walk it a bit, look around, get distracted. They're so adorable. They're so cute, those little piggies. And then they have the goats. The goats that you can kind of like pet and you can feed, and you can kind of just like really love those animals. It's kind of like I haven't done this, but I've seen like those videos where they do like goat yoga, where the goats are specifically trained. They'll just hop on top of you. They'll have like a good time. Like that's why goats are so fun, because they're trained, they can learn, and they're also really cute and just like very fun, and they're just good animals all around. So, I think they do sheep, but I don't remember going to like a pumpkin patch and seeing like a sheep. I know I know the pigs and the goats are definitely up there. Sheep, maybe they'll probably have like chickens, perhaps like a dog or two. The dogs are really a good attraction, but like not like and particularly not like a farm animal, I guess. It's more like a domestic pet. But yeah, they'll do like the sheep, and then if you're lucky, they'll have like horses or ponies for like the kids. So they'll have like horse rides, or maybe they'll do like a a little pony thing that you get to like hang out and talk to. Like those are the things that people look forward to, right? It's just like getting their kids on top of those are the things that like people pay for, right? You don't go to the pumpkin patch that your kid can like, your baby can touch a pumpkin. You do it so that way you can get in line for the pony ride, and then your kid can like hop on top of the pony and experience like what it feels like to be on there. You know, you get to hold them on top of there, or maybe you ride along with them, and then you just like go for the ride a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy, just like a small little thing. But yeah, that's kind of like the cool aspect of it. You know, that's where you really feel like, okay, I'm getting like, this is a worthwhile experience because I don't know when I'm going to get a horse or a pony again. You know what I mean? At like such a easy, accessible way, you know, a little bit of a line or like a long line, but you get to like have a little moment there and maybe some pictures, videos, whatever. Now, what they also do with these pumpkin patches, which I think is really smart, is they treat it like a carnival. So sometimes they'll have like those big rides up there. Now, I'm not going to say like they have like a full-on like loop-de-loop roller coaster out there, but they do have like some of the carnival attraction rides on there. And that will bring in its own audience, right? That'll bring in its own like group of people. So it feels a lot less like, that's how they can improve. That's how they make it bigger. That's how they make it better. So it's not just walk around the pumpkin patch, you walk through the corn maze, you get a little pony ride and a hay ride or whatever, right? Like you also get carnival rides. So maybe they'll do like a small Ferris wheel, right? Like that's genius. And it could be like in the shape of a pumpkin. Right? Isn't that a brilliant idea? You just have like a pumpkin-shaped Ferris wheel. Like nothing too crazy, nothing too gigantic, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be Disneyland or anything. It just has to be like a small little place where people can hang out and sit there and enjoy the scenery from up there. They also have those what's the name of those big, like the one that spins you and like, yeah, it pushes you back against you have to like stand up, but then once they start like the ride start, it's not like a gravity, it's like a alien UFO spaceship thing, and it's just like it constantly spins you, and then like it feels like you're getting pushed back into the cushion or whatever you're supposed to be on. I forget what those are called, but it's like a alien UFO kind of a deal where it's like it spins you and then you're stuck there and you're like, you try to get up and move, but you can't because the force is too strong against you. It just pushes you back, whatever. They have like one of those. They'll have like, now if you do a pony ride, like the pony ride is a lot better than what I'm about to say, but they also have like the carousel. They have the carousel where you can like put your kid on a horse or whatever, and you get to ride with them and you just like get to enjoy that experience, you know. So I guess the carousel is also there, and then they'll have like they'll have some games. So you know where you throw the ball at the milk cans or whatever, and like you knock those over and then you get a prize. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like the whole experience itself, that's what makes it worthwhile, and what makes it cool is that like most of these places you get to just go in there. You just at a carnival, you just show up, you have to pay for tickets and you do the whole thing, right? This way, the farm is already there, people are already paying at the door, and this way I guess you could sell tickets there, but like you could just enjoy the games. You know, you can enjoy like a little, what's that one where you have like the beanbag in hand and then you have to stand at a certain distance, you have to throw it into the hole, like the cornhole, is that what it's called, cornhole? They have those. Maybe they'll have like obviously the one throwing it. They might have like the little water gun games, or I don't know, they'll just have a variety of carnival games there. That way, you get to have some fun on the farm. You know, usually these have to be like animal themed, but just for like to fit the whole thing, but whatever. All I'm trying to say is that like games add a higher value to the whole experience rather than just like kind of walking around. The games make it a little bit more interactive, I should say. Not that the corn maze or the hayride or I guess the animals, the farm animals don't make it interactive. It's just kind of like I'm not going to say it's like less fun, but again, it's more cute, not fun. Whereas like the games, those are fun and you can just like do whatever you want, I guess, essentially. So anyways, haunted houses. Now, I don't know why more places don't do this. These farms have a golden opportunity to make the greatest haunted houses ever. And depending on, you know, who goes there, you can adjust for the people. So I honestly have no idea who has the greatest haunted house. Like who has that? I know that they have like haunted houses and they have like certain like places where you can like walk in there and they do like a little spook and scare and surprise here and there. But like I'm talking about like a real worthwhile haunted house. Like they'll obviously hire actors and do all this other stuff, but like where's like the real haunted house? Like where's the, when you think haunted house, like, oh, I got to go to this place. Like where is that? Cuz I can't think of really anything that comes to mind. They have like Universal Studios, they have like the haunted thing, but like that's not a huge thing. I mean, it's scary, but it's not, kind of. But whatever. All I'm trying to say is that like at these pumpkin patches on these farms, they have a chance to do like great haunted houses, like a barn haunted house for like kids. Like, so you have to do it adjusting to certain levels, right? So there's a kid-friendly haunted house, which is like, you know, there's like little stereotypical like sheets to make like ghosts and whatnot, and like nothing too scary for the kids, you know what I mean? And depending on their age range, I guess, right? Then there should be like another tier, like another scary tier, and that should be called like terror time, right? And that's where they like, the actors maybe get involved a little bit, and then they scare you, they spook you. You know, not crazy, but just a little bit more. And then there's another, you know, another tier called the afterlife. And this is where like they get like the actors to really like try to get you to send you to the afterlife, right? And that's where they do all of the effects. They do all of the like, they'll do like vampires. They'll do blood and gore and knives and just like, no, nothing to hurt you, obviously, but just something to kind of like, you know, to really scare you, to really get you. I guess the big thing about doing stuff like that with like all the effects, the lighting, the what's it called? The fake blood and all that stuff is like you have to account for people's clothes and like things that people wear. So, and it would be too expensive to like give them. It would be too expensive to give everybody like extra clothes or like stuff to like cover themselves up with, because it's just like, I guess that would have to be the exception, right? Go at your own risk of your clothes. So don't go in to the haunted house, like the haunted house I'm talking about. Don't go in there with your fresh new pair of Air Force Ones, like the white Air Force Ones. Don't do that, all right? Because they're going to get messed up. Go in there with maybe like some very basic and disgusting pair of shoes that you have left over and that you don't mind getting all ruined. And that'll be okay. And then on top of that, there's another tier of scary that like people can get into, and we'll call that one like monsters galore, where it's just like Frankenstein. You'll get You get Count Dracula, you'll get like mummies, you'll get like ghosts and Freddy Krueger, and you'll get Jason, you'll get the Scream guy, the mask thing. You'll get like a whole bunch of like these characters, so that way they feel like the Halloween experience all there, sort of to speak. The real spooky essence of fall and autumn. So yeah, that's kind of like my whole spiel about like the pumpkin patch, is that like it has to do a good job of giving you the fall and like autumn aesthetic while also giving people the option to like get that spooky season, like Halloween horror feel to it. And now maybe they should wait later in the month, but if you get a early jump on it, it feels like you have more chances to like get it right. You know what I mean? So anyways, those are just, so at the end of the day, when you're at a pumpkin patch, here's what you should do. You obviously have to get some pumpkins. You got to try, just to really get your money's worth, you really got to try everything there. So you got to try, if they sell apple cider, you can't just be like, no thanks, I don't want to try that. That might save you money, but you have to, you're already there. You have to give it a shot. So get the apple cider, get some popcorn if they have it, go into, if they have a corn pit, get in there, just like dive in there just for like 2 seconds, just to feel it, to experience it. Buy their honey, get some jerky. The hay rides, it really is up to you. Like, you're already getting like the experience, I guess. The corn mazes, again, if you have like kids, or if you like maybe with your little brother or sister, or maybe your friends, like, cool. If not, or if you and your friends are kind of like, yeah, the corn maze, we've tried the corn maze, it's just like, it's not that crazy or wacky, skip that. Farm animals, maybe like take a look at the pig races or feed some goats. Nothing too crazy there. Carnival rides, definitely do the carnival rides and play carnival games and whatnot. That'll definitely be worth it. And then finally, the haunted house. You gotta do the haunted house. Like, that's the number one thing to do there. So yeah, I feel like those are perfect things to do at a pumpkin patch. And when you're there, just soak it all in, because that way at the end of it all, you can just say like, I really experienced the whole fall season. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then after that, what comes after that is definitely the turkey season. So it just completely shifts. It just completely goes from like pumpkins and like spooky season, and then it becomes like family friendly for the whole gang. You know what I mean? Which I guess this is also family friendly, but like it's more of like a spooky season type of deal. But anyways, those are things to do when you're at a pumpkin patch. And yeah, definitely go out there. Definitely have some fun. You earned it, After this blazing hot summer, you can finally enjoy like a nice, cool, it's not like too hot, it's not like super cold, it's just that perfect medium of like, it's still a little bit hot from summer, but the temperature has definitely cooled down. The leaves are falling, the season's changing, and now we can kind of like enjoy the weather a little bit more. So yeah, definitely go out there and enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thank you.